But when did music festivals stop being about sharing our plight as a nation, sharing our cultural beliefs, sharing everything that is happening around us as a nation? So on today's video, I've just decided to do a reaction video, and it is impromptu because of the state. I'm just in shock, or rather in awe, of how our country, or what our country has turned to. Are we turning everything political, even telling our cultural and our real stories? Have they become so political that the children have to be involved, that the girls have to be tear gassed, that they have to be harassed on and off stage? Where are we going to as a country? Are we going to even change the stories to tell on drama festivals? Are the themes going to change because a certain topic is not sitting well with the sitting government, or it's not sitting well with a certain person in power, or it's not sitting well with other people, hence it's going to be banned? Is this where we are headed as a country? I've been here wondering. I've been following the clips here and there, then I went through social media and I'm seeing what is happening, the videos of the girls being rushed out, not performing, and the beauty of our culture has started to be shaken. And this is why I decided to take a turn. My name is Rosa Nyarath, and this is RNN. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Watch your channel. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching from. My name is Rosa Nyarath, and this is RNN. Today I'm doing a reaction video on a current affair that is happening right now. It's something that has really saddened me as a fan and an former active participant of the drama festivals. I'm really saddened by what is happening. Drama festivals in Kenya used to be storytelling moments where we portray our culture, portray everything, and any challenges or any fun thing or any cultural belief of our nation was to be portrayed, and Africa as large was to be portrayed on our shows. And it was very rich. It has always been very rich, and the themes change from time to time, and the themes touch on our daily life happenings. So in this case, I'm talking about the latest action, which the performance by the Butere girls, which they ended up not performing. At least I understand that, because of the harassment they are having. They were first banned. So tell me, why did they get banned? Is it because of the writer? Is it because of they were against the rule, or is it because of the message it carries? Have we gotten to a point where leadership has to happen and stories will not be told if the leadership is not okay with it? If it's hurting us and it's not hurting the people on top, then it does not matter. We are not going to tell our authentic stories again because we might hurt the power. Is this where we are headed as a country? So let me give you a backstory of why I'm talking about this. If you're watching this and you do not understand where I'm headed with this. Currently the national drama festivals are ongoing, and it's happening in Nakuru County. And as you may know, several schools will get an opportunity to do their acts, different kind of acts. And in this case, I'm going to talk about the Butere Girls performance. So Butere Girls made it to the nationals with their skit. I hear it's the hashtag is must go. And this skit, I think, mainly talks, I'm trying to really follow through the story as at now, but it touches on the current situation of our nation, where there's who
must go? Zakayo must go. He must go. My voice, your voice, our voice, Gen Z's voice. A generation that is tired of being manipulated by leaders who have been making empty promises. Promises that even a 5-year-old is able to tell is a scam. Fertilizers for the farmers, free education, a government of the people, for the people, by the people. What people? And we have no voices in our government. A generation that is vexed, infuriated, tired of everything going on. Who are our leaders? Well, they're out there.
There's been political uproar, there's been a change of power, there's been pressure on our president and everything, and I think it deeply touches on that. And because of that, they were banned from performing. And when they were banned from performing, these girls, rather the entire team of the drama festival, filed a case and they were allowed to perform. But now, today, when they were supposed to be on stage, and upon going on stage, they were denied, they were harassed. Let me just use the term harassed. The girls were harassed from getting into stage. And by the police, harassed by the police, and denied to move in with some of their props. These are like placards and all that for their show. So the girls decided to walk into stage, do a national anthem.
Here are the girls. Here are the girls who are supposed to perform. Wanasema, here are the girls running, they have not yet performed. Mnaenda wapi? Here are the girls running away, they have not yet performed. Yeah. Mambo.
Can you please tell us what has happened inside there? Can you please tell us what has happened inside there?
They took us to stage, we were harassed by the police. Yes, they took us to stage with nothing. 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 We sang our national anthem and we said we are not performing. Yes, without our rights.
We are just mere
That's our right.
What is happening? What is happening?
What's happening?
We cannot want our performance. We haven't here.
No, wait, this is 3 weeks. We have to 3 weeks.
Any one of us, because we are like the other children. We also have a right. Tumetoka nje, tumekuja huku, tunajaribu kuonyesha what is in our minds, how we truly feel. The police wanaanza kutupa tear gas, wanna to attack, like really? Is that how you treat children? It is traumatizing. We have kids at home. Traumatized. How to feel? How to me? Our parents are worried. Our parents are some of our cast tumetoka wamebaki sisi tunapeleka wapi na hatuna the rest. What is that? They're not here. The bus is leaving without them. How are we supposed to get to school?
Just coming from, please coming from.
To be punished.
Some of our cast are on the road somewhere, and our bus is going. We don't know. How are we supposed to? Where are we even going? We don't even know where we're just moving. We don't know where we're going. Where are the rest of our cast? How are we supposed to move as half a group? We move as one. We move as because we are a family.
Some of you guys are missing. Some of you guys are missing.
No. We are not missing. They're not missing. Wamebaki nyuma, basi inaenda mbele. Don't misquote our please. They're not missing. They are not missing. Wako kwa venue. But mbona tunaenda bila wao?
Kenyan national anthem and walk out of stage in protest. They did not do their act. Also, part of their protest was they wanted Malala, who is the writer of the script, to be part of it. Cleophas Malala is currently in the government, in parliament, is position of power, but he was a teacher and he used to write scripts and acts like this. So he just wrote one of the many acts. And I was wondering, is it because of the weight? Why is this happening? Is it because of the weight, or rather the message that it carries? Is it because of the power, people in power that do not want the topics to be touched? Or is it because of the writer, the person behind the script, or the writer of the script? Or is it that the act was done so well that it really portrays what we are going through and someone does not want people to see it? Or is it because the children are being rowdy? Why are they holding back this content from being put out there? Why are they holding these girls from performing their act and getting their position as it has always been the norm? So on following on this topic, I posted something on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is Rosa Nyarath Miyumo, and I posted something, and my posts went like this: I am following the drama festival activities, and man, what happened to our country? That was my post. And I got a few comments from here. Someone was asking, why tear gas students? And I'm also asking, why tear gas students? This was asked by Bill Ting. Why tear gas students? And I'm not getting it, because I know as much as they are actors, they are just doing their acts, but they are not in control of everything that is happening. So why tear gas the students? And then another long post came. I'm going to read it through, though. First, how did we reach a point where politicians are now script writers in our schools? What happened to the creative minds we've always had over the years? Here is somebody we all know his intentions. That play has got nothing to do with those innocent kids, nothing. I am more than convinced Butere Girls are better options when it reaches a point where you are even blackmailing school principals for your ill motives to be served. Then that's where we draw the line. So on this point, I will not comment on it, because I do not know how heavy it is. I am not sure if it had gotten to a point where the principals were blackmailed or not, but this is just a commenter. It's a Baridi commenting, and I'm not sure if this is the case, so I'm not going to really dive deep in it, but this is a concern as well. And then those innocent kids never rehearsed in the first place, making my point valid. I'm wondering how sure, again, this is another point I'm not going to talk about, because how sure will they never rehearse, and how will they perform something they have not rehearsed? You see, it's for me, I'm taking it as now propaganda, because I know for you to get to a national level, having been in the drama festival, I know what it takes. It takes everyday practice and pressure. So I don't think they would make it to the nationals without rehearsals. So this is just, in my own opinion, it's a hearsay, or being on the side of a different side of what I'm viewing. So that was the comment. And below that comment, he said politicians should play politics away from our kids in school. Now this was a good pointer from him. It is true, politicians should play politics away from our school. That is all this the writing and everything, and now sending the message. I hope it was not a political war, it was just a message being sent in the drama fraternity. Then now under that, another post was done by Augustine, and he said, he responded to the upper message that I just read, and he said, should I paste this to other groups as well? And now, what was this? This is from the Teacher Service Commission. I believe it's authentic. Protection of pupil students. So this is an article from the Teacher Service Commission under the protection of pupil / students. Here, pursuant TSC this number 3/2010 protection of pupils or students from sexual abuse. And in view of emerging issues, the Commission hereby issues the following additional guidelines aimed at enhancing the safety and welfare of all learners. All principal/head teachers shall ensure that for any co-curriculum activity, games, sports, music, drama, scouts, girl guides, education tours, careers, exchange program, debate, symposium, contest, etc., within and or outside the school, pupils or students are accompanied by at least one registered teacher of the same sex, depending on the number of students/pupils involving in the activities. Now, this one is touching on the sexual abuse. But then again, there's a clause down here that still touches on, that might reflect to what we are currently talking on. And persons not registered as teachers, because at the end of the day, it's all about safety. Persons not registered as teachers, including teachers whose name have been removed from the registers of teachers, should not be incorporated in the school programs, including co-curriculum activities. To teach, handle, manage, coach, supervise, and or assist in the teaching, handling, managing, coaching, or supervising pupils and learners. So this is where Malala comes in. Malala, right now, he's in political space. So it means if you are a teacher, you've been removed from teaching. I did not know of this clause prior to my preparing to do this reaction video, and I saw that Malala, according to this article, he is not allowed to participate. But to what extent? I think it's in terms of supervision, in terms of coaching. But if he was an article writer, if he did write those posts and it is bought by the school or approved by a school, is it right, in your opinion? Do you think he was right to do it? Did he do it as per the constitution, or did he do it as per the TSC requirement? Assuming any other school picked that play and acted it, picked that piece and made it a play on their own, would it had the same uproar? Is it that they did it so well that it portrayed the exact thing, or is it that the writer was the wrong person? So in this case, should this be treated as null and void? According to this document here, should it be written as null and void? But if that is also the case, if it is null and void, then why won't they just go to the drama festival management and all that, the teams that are working behind it, and say that this act, as much as the children are doing it well and they've gotten to the national level, this is the farthest it can go because it violates the rules, and that's it. Even when it goes to court and this article is presented, then the court would narrow it down and say, true, this play should not go on, and that's it, it's banned. But why go through all this extent of frustrating the children, of tear gassing the children, of throwing the children out of stage and all that, giving them pressure and unwanted attention, and disturbing the entire unit? Because I know every student that is in that space right now in Nakuru is suffering because of one play. A child that traveled all the way from wherever, Mombasa, because the national, they travel all over, is here. They have probably done their act or waiting for their turn, and they are now suffering the plight because tear gas will not choose who to go to. It will go to everyone that is within the area. Then the teachers, why won't you call the teachers aside and talk to them and tell them this and this is happening, handle your children like this, and let's go? Have we gotten to a point where everything has to be physical and everything has to come with power and threat and fear, inflict fear, even on children that are below age? Okay, Malala, I understand he was arrested at some point. That was yesterday. He was taken in by the police, and even the media suffered in the hands of the police yesterday because of the same issue. So having removed Malala, if we are working by the book, and if I am using this article and it's authentic, then what would I do as a leader? Number one, I would call off the play. Number two, I would scrap all Malala's, if the article also states, of which I've read, but it does not state that they cannot write. So he might write and sell, because people in Kenya, we do more than one job. You can be a pastor and a photographer as well. You can be in the media and still sell clothes. So Malala is a politician and he still writes. And for me, in my own opinion as Rosa, I don't see anything wrong with him doing a play, writing a play. The problem now comes in when the play has such impact that is interfering with the children. So if it was wrong, why was it approved? That is the first question. And if anyone was pinned down to make sure that this article, now according to the commenter that I just read, if anyone was forced to take in, or rather was this play was shoved down their throat, then to what extent are we going? Do we have to use the children as weapons to portray our anger, to portray our messages, to send our messages out? At what expense? At whose expense? And the leadership, don't they have a voice to talk? That is the principal, the art teacher, the drama teachers, don't they have a say in it? That is if it was shoved down the throat. So if it was passed and not shoved down their throats, then it means it was an legit article. Then now, why is it bringing an uproar because it is out? Is it because it's putting someone in a wrong position? Is it because it's selling the nation in a wrong way? Is it because you think it's teaching our children revolution or rebellion? What's your take? Even as you're watching this, please leave a comment. Let us know what is your take. Because my take is in every way it is wrong. Wrong to put children in a position where they have to fight for their lives. They have to constantly live in fear. They can no longer express themselves. I'm sure, dead sure, that there are children that are going to be affected by this. And by the end of all this happening, they might cancel and say, for me, drama festivals, no. And that is where their creativity dies. Because now what happens when they come into the world? And the world we are currently living in, we are living a life where we communicate through art. We do, basically everything is now artistic. We market through art. We tell our stories. If this child is affected to a level where they cannot go to the next level, then what have we done as a nation? Really condemning the happenings that is happening in our nation, of the acts of bullying and frustrating children. I don't even think this, yes, it's going to make history, because the people that are there, the children that are there, they'll be like, in year 2025, the drama festival was fire, was lit. Like literally, it was on fire because they were being fired. I saw, what's her name? Citizen reporter, I've forgotten her name, but a Citizen reporter holding a live bullet that she said she picked. In a scene where there are children, these children are not even demonstrating. These children are not on the street. These children are in another school to play their part as drama team. Why would anyone shoot a live bullet? Why? No stones thrown. The best, if anything, they were just going, if anything, they were going to throw things on stage because it was part of the act. If anything, that is because I haven't seen the act. And I believe it was a stone. It's a prop, and a prop can be made of paper. So if anything that was going to be thrown in the act, it would have been a lighter prop. If you know what props are, then you'll understand that it could not in any way have been harmful or will be harmful. We need to check our country, and we need to talk about the happenings. I condemn it. I condemn it. And I will not have a change of words. I just want to know, and like any other Kenyan right now, I just want to know what's happening. What's really the story behind it? Is it two bulls fighting and hurting an entire school? Or is it just a case of misbehavior, or rather misconduct, or poor leadership? Because there's no way. I'm still trying to comprehend how tear gas, live bullets, and harassment got to those children. That was my take, and adios.